so you can determine the size, depth, and where the butt sits on the body.
Damn! Oh my God! I know you can, okay. Okay, I need to grow up. I know that you can do a lot in The Sims 4. Like, you can give them big butts. But you can't make their butts look like that, can you? Come on now. Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel. I know I was really harsh in my last video for Life by You, and you probably don't even want to watch this, especially if you're super excited for Life by You, which I still am. I definitely had some criticisms and some critiques, and I feel like it was definitely more of a negative video the last time more than anything else, and I hope that this video is not the same, but of course I'm gonna always be honest and share my honest thoughts with you guys. We have another update on Life by You. Time to jump into the character customizer again. Join community manager Rocio as she walks through the body customization options in Life by You, including body sliders and skin tones.
It's Rocio, community manager with Life by You, and I'm here to walk you through some more of the character creator. You might remember from the art stream a couple of weeks back, but we walked through the face edits. Now we're here for the body. So here in the overall menu, you'll find that you can change the body type as well as the body composition. Body type, you can switch between masculine and feminine. Let me go ahead and undo that. Now let's go to the body composition sliders. They're all pretty self-explanatory. Height affects height, weight affects weight. You might have noticed that we have humans of varying heights, but let's go ahead and put her to right in the middle of the slider so we have a good starting point.
Man, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I like. This is where I'm going to say good things. Height sliders. The fact that that is going to be a thing in here is just so cool. And I know I have a problem with the way that these characters or humans or whatever the heck they're called look. They look good here. Like, she looks good here. Look at the shadows on her inner thighs, on her arm. There's shine on her skin. We have some reflections. The quality of them, at least here in what we're seeing here, looks great. That's why I got so confused last time, because some looks just looked so weird and like grainy or pixelated or low resolution, and then some just looked really well polished and well done. And I think this is an example of one of the better looking humans that we've seen so far.
Side note, I have put this human in their underwear so this is easier to see, but you can do this fully clothed, of course. Now let me show you the muscle sliders real quick. Again, pretty self-explanatory, but it's good to see the range.
That is a range. That had me gagged at that range. I feel like that range is definitely bigger than the default ranges for The Sims 4. I don't think you can go that little, and I don't think you can go that big. That was insane of a range. And I also noticed when she was moving the character around a little bit, you could see some of the hair physics too. That looked so nice too. Oh, it's gonna be the little details for me. It's gonna be the little details for me. I feel like this video is gonna be a complete 180 from the last one. I don't know, but also we probably are seeing some of the more recent polished versions of this game. So I feel like it's bound to be more positive, you know? I would at least hope that they're making positive progress.
Now let me reset those back to what they were, and let's move on to the torso section with some more sliders. Here we have 4 categories under the torso, including the chest, breast, shoulders, and stomach. Starting with the chest, that basically determines the upper half of the torso, including the rib cage area.
I'm just like envisioning some memes in my mind as she's adjusting this character's body. Just some really funny like memes. Like there's this one dog with like the buff chest. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. That's the first thing that came to my mind when she did that. Oh my gosh, if I can find it, I'll put it on the screen.
Here you can see the sliders determine how large that rib cage is. You can go to extremes on either end of the sliders to create a really unique look. For this example, I'm going to keep it pretty middle of the slider. And of course, these all affect each other. So as you increase the torso size, that might affect the size of the breasts or the shoulders or how they all look in relation to each other. For breasts, we have different options, including their size, their spread, and their tilt, essentially up or down.
Wow. A lot of variation. Big titties, little titties, and everything in between. We freaking love that.
And for any of these, you can rotate your human to make sure that you're getting the look that you're going for from all angles.
Wow, I'm kind of blown away at the customization. I really wish there was the push-pull feature from The Sims 4, but I'm pretty sure I mentioned that also in my last video. I don't think that's gonna be a possibility for any other games that aren't EA games, because I'm pretty sure EA or Maxis actually has a patent on that. And I think that's the reason why Paralives actually wanted to implement that, but then they had to do some changes and take that out. So I don't see that really being in any other game, but honestly, I'm okay with the sliders. I was pretty used to that in The Sims 3, and you could still customize and change just about anything. So I thought it was really nice.
And that's pretty much it for the breasts. Moving on to shoulders, here you have the size, width, and slope. So similar to the chest, you can determine the overall size, the width of them, and in this case, the angle of the shoulders. Here I'm just playing around with the sliders for a bit so you can get an overall sense of what you can accomplish with them, and maybe you can start to think about what kind of humans you're hoping to design.
She is dummy thick. Oh my gosh. I'm blown away by the extremes in the customization. Like going from the left all the way to the right, you just get so much more variation than you get with customization in The Sims 4. Yeah, you have the push and pull aspect, but I feel like you don't get the dynamic range that you're getting here. You don't get that extreme unless you have mods. And I do have some mods that kind of give you more extremes for customization. I have them both in The Sims 4 and in The Sims 3 as well, but I'm just like, wow, like you can do that? Like you can make them look like that? That is insane.
Now let's move on to the final part of the torso, which is the stomach. Here, let me start from the side view so I can show you the depth. Like you might expect, it just determines how far or how inward the stomach goes. Turning back around, you can see how width determines how wide or narrow this particular part of the torso is, similar to the chest. Up and down pairs really well with the size, so let me go ahead and adjust that so you can see what's happening, but basically up and down determines where the stomach sits along the body. Now let's return back to center once again and move on to the hips.
Wow, yeah, I'm actually very happy with this. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, after the last video, I was concerned. I was definitely losing hope. I was lowering the bar, so I went into this video with very low hopes. Very, very low hopes. But I am kind of blown away by this. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, this is kind of basic customization that you would see in any game that has a character creator, but I'm more so blown away by the dynamic range of the extremes of what you can do on each side of that. Like it just changes so much, you know? And that's just accounting for how the game is going to ship. Imagine what mod creators are gonna be able to do with customization and build on that further. Like that's going to be nice too, to see them elevate that.
In hips, we have two categories. We have the hips themselves and the buttocks. Like some of the other body parts, size determines the overall size. And here, width actually determines more of the width of the hip bone. So you can kind of play around with both to achieve the look of the hips that you're trying to get to. And now for the buttocks, which is hard to say, so I'm gonna go ahead and stick to butt. Here you have a similar set of sliders to the stomach, so you can determine the size, depth, and where the butt sits on the body.
Damn! Oh my god! Damn, okay, shit. Wow!
And this is what the butt looks like in under.
I know you can, okay. Okay, I need to grow up. I know that you can do a lot in The Sims 4. Like you can give them big butts, but you can't make their butts look like that, can you? Come on now.
But you could also always put on clothing to see what the butt might look like with jeans versus with a skirt. That way you can tailor the booty size to whatever look you're going for.
Okay, customization. You know, I'm back on board, Life by You. I had one arm out the train. I was getting ready to jump off. I'm back on board. This is really cool. I want to see more though.
Now let's move on to the arms. Arms are split up into three categories: upper, lower, and the hands. For the upper and lower arms, you can adjust the length of that section as well as the width. So I'm just gonna play around with these sliders a bit again so you can get a feel for what it looks like. Finally, for this section, we have the hands, and this slider just determines the overall size.
Again, the dynamics of that was insane. Wow, you can really make them small, and you can really make them big too, wow.
For our last body section, let's move on to the legs. You'll see that this looks really similar to the arms. Again, you can determine the length and width of both the upper and lower sections. Let me play around with the sliders some so you can see what it looks like. And of course, a disclaimer here that this is all in progress stuff. We're just really excited to bring you along this journey with us. We're continuing to fine tune all of this, including bug fixes and polishing up animations, so thanks for joining us on the journey. And finally, for this section are the feet, which, like the hands, just determines the overall size of the feet.
I will say the one thing I do want to mention is it's kind of just scaling the foot size. It's increasing the length, increasing the width, and just the overall general size of it in all directions. I really wish that we have another slider or 2 more sliders for feet. That way we can not only just increase the general size of the whole foot, but we could either increase or decrease the length of it or just the width of it. That way you can really fine tune it. You know, the way that you can see here that you can increase or decrease the length or width of the upper legs or lower legs. I wish that we could also have that with the feet.
And that's pretty much it for the body features. So let's go back out to the main, and I'm gonna walk you through a couple more things that we didn't have a chance to go over in our art stream. Let's head on over to skin and look at the possible skin tones. Much like everything else in Life by You, we really want you to have the option to create whoever you want to create, and that includes having the color wheel as an option within the skin tone area.
See what I mean? Perfect. That should have been done in The Sims 4 from the start. From the start. Yeah, we got new skin tones, but that should be something from the start. That should be something we have now. We still don't have. We don't even have a color wheel for skin tones in Sims 4, and I honestly feel like we should.
That being said, we do have a wide variety of presets, and we're adding/editing these leading up to early access. So if you don't want to have the entire color wheel at your disposal, you can go ahead and pick one of the presets. And we did show this during the art stream, but we do have some preset skin textures as well as both wrinkles and glossiness that you can adjust.
That even answers a lot of questions, because I was literally just thinking, how come some of these humans or characters look so glossy and how come some of them look so matte and so like flat looking? Well, that explains it. Some of them are probably adjusted to be more glossy and some are probably adjusted to be less glossy. So the fact that we have a slider for that is really cool as well.
Now, I've been mentioning this all video, but it also is important to see what clothing looks like on top of the body that you create. I like to use one of these 2 dresses, either the crisscross mini or the utility midi skirt dress. I'm going to head back to main, head back to the body, and mess around to see what it looks like with this outfit on. Cut to the montage of me adjusting the sliders here and giving this person some more unique features and kind of making them my own. As always, thanks so much for watching. This isn't the last you've seen of the character creator. We still have some outfits to show you, as well as traits, likes, dislikes, setting up a starting person, and all of that fun stuff, so stay tuned.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be a lot to get into, but what I wanna comment on here is you're noticing as she's adjusting this character, the clothes are also adjusting to her body shape, but they're adjusting in a very natural way. Like, things don't look stretched and pixelated. Like, it looks very form-fitting, and I really like that. This is kind of crazy. Like, this is really like a 360 from the last video. I don't even know what it is. Maybe they really have made some improvements. Maybe they were showing earlier versions of the game, but like the character looks good here. Like, she looks great. Oh my God, the hair physics too. That was really awesome. You guys are gonna have to share below what you think of this. I think I'm definitely back on board. Am I still a little skeptical? Yes, but I'm not as concerned as I was before. Of course, I still want to see more gameplay. There's still plenty that we haven't seen, and just like she states here, there's plenty that they want to show us. So there's a lot that we're going to be seeing within the coming weeks as we head closer and closer to early access for Life by You. So share your thoughts below on what you think of body customization. I love you guys, and of course, if there's any more news, I'll be back as soon as possible. So long, take care, and happy life simming.